Where I ended up was way over to the left, right in front of Akane's kit, which wasn't planning on it, but I'm like, hey, this is kind of a cool place. Let's see how
Oh,
this goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of
And
get that in the other BAND-MAID shows.
and that's exactly why once I got there, I'm like, that kind of dawned on me. I'm like, I'm not going to get this type of experience again. So,
Yeah, that's cool.
and dumb
yeah.
luck, there's two little Thai girls that were behind us in line, and we chatted with them all day long. I ended up standing right behind them, and one of them, who's like maybe 4'10", she let me have her rail spot for BAND-MAID, and then I gave it back to her when we were done.
Oh, that's
Wow,
super
that's
nice
Wow.
cool.
of her. That's
No,
super
yeah,
awesome, man.
absolutely.
Solid.
That's really cool to hear. Describe how that stage looked, man. Like to give the listeners like a visual of kind of what you were looking at.
Right. So, if you're looking at the stage, it was Akane's kit. It was way over to the side on the left,
Mm-hmm.
then Misa, and then the rest all the way across the stage. The Palladium has a huge, wide stage, but with this, but there's no depth to it because of this huge riser that they have for Yoshiki's drums and the piano. There was probably maybe 6 feet of depth of the stage that the girls had to work on. That's why you don't see Minsho didn't come over to our side. Psyche didn't travel too much from the center of the stage. And I had heard people in the past like, why didn't they put Akane's kit in the middle? There was no room for it. There was literally
Yeah.
no room for it. It would have been to
Okay.
the edge of the stage. It had to be where it was.
Yeah, I want to shout out the video you posted not too long ago. You can see what SJ is talking about on the Made News Network channel. And yeah, that it's tight.
It's tight fit.
That's so
Yeah.
cool though that the drums were right there in front of you.
This is why
Yeah.
in-ear monitors come into play, so it doesn't matter where the drums, hopefully it won't matter where the drums are, and you got a nice clean feed to the monitors and everything. And when the girls came out, because I haven't seen it yet, was it like the normal intro and stuff they did, or they just came out blazing with the song?
So the way they came on stage was the stage was black, just a little bit of overhead, like blue lighting, but it was really, really sparse. It was pretty dark. And then they just quietly walked out, got to their positions, picked up their instruments. The lights slowly came up, and then you heard the intro from now on. And I'm like, oh, this is where we're gonna start. Okay, let's go. I'm like, hey, I know they've been opening these small sets with from now on, but it's kind of like, all right, let's see what we got. And it was good. It sounded really, really good. I could hear Minsho pretty good because where I was, they have the flown PAs, those ones that kind of come down in like an arc. They were right above us, so I could hear pretty good the mix from there. It wasn't too bad. I guess the live stream mix, and I actually watched it yesterday. The live stream mix was pretty crappy at the beginning. It sounded fine.
It sounded fine in person, but like the actual recording was a little weird.
Right. And I explained to someone too, when I go to a live show, I don't listen, I experience.
Mm-hmm.
Generally the studio track is running in my head, but I'm still hearing what's going on in the live position or in the live setting. Unless it's some glaring mistake or screw up, I generally don't detect those because I'm concentrating on the experience.
Exactly.
I make sure I clap when I'm supposed to. I go, hey, 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 bounce when I'm supposed to bounce. That's what I'm doing because I want to make sure I give 100% to them, and because that's what they're giving back is when I return the favor.
It's always after the fact when you play it back and you're like, oh, there was a mistake there. I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
It's always after the fact. Even as musicians playing, like you don't realize sometimes there's some mistakes you think that you made and it's like the reverse, and you're like, oh, I played that fine. Like that happens all the time. And like vice versa. It's kind of interesting.
For more Gaijin goodies like you just saw, be sure to subscribe to the Gaijin Guys podcast and turn on all notifications to be part of the live stream every Sunday. You can also find us wherever you listen to podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, etc. You can find even more exclusive content and reactions on our Patreon, patreon.com/Gaijin Guys. I'll see you there. Adios.